The body of the 19-year-old Dalit woman who was raped and murdered allegedly by 4 upper-class men in Uttar Pradesh's Hathras was cremated a little around 3 a.m. this morning. And if the incident has not been enough to shake you up, look at the absolutely shocking way in which the family was not even given the last rites. They wanted to take their daughter home, the body of their daughter home one last time before she was taken for cremation. The police did not have any of it. The father, the mother pleaded, cried, folded their hands in front of UP police. But this is how the cremation took place. No family around, just the police standing guard. The family, indeed, and all their relatives, we're now made to understand, were kept at bay. Some even locked up. Let's now take you through the sequence of events on how exactly this extremely shocking incident has taken place. Now, what you see on your screen right now is the mother and some relatives of the girl standing at the bonnet of the ambulance. Police sitting inside saying that the body will go straight to the cremation ground. The family saying, let the daughter come back home one last time. The police would have none of it. This is how they finally, in full police gear, escorted the family straight away to the cremation ground. At around 2 a.m., when the family even approached the DM, said that this is not right, they should at least have some say over how their daughter is cremated. There was an argument that broke out between the DM and the villagers. Some even said that the DM came down to straight away targeting the family almost and telling them not to indulge in an argument with them. At around 2:30, we are told, the cremation was done with no family member around. At 2:40, NDTV found out that all the relatives had actually been locked up at their homes. They told NDTV that the police did not let them go. Let's go across to Arun now, who joins us live now. Arun, you've been there through the night, witnessing all that has been happening. We've just tried to break down the sequence of events for our viewers, made them understand what exactly broke out in the early this morning, in fact, early this morning. Tell us what happened between 2 and 3 when the family we see them standing at the bonnets of the ambulance, pleading and begging the police to let them take their daughter home one last time, and then we suddenly see the ambulance at the cremation ground.
Well, the ambulance was stopped at multiple spots, Sonal. So once the family came in the village, they, as in when I say family, the girl's father was in support of getting the funeral done. But the moment he reached the village, villagers and other relatives forced on taking the girl home for one last time. And that is when he was also convinced, and he pleaded in front of the authorities, where he asked them that they are ready to do the funeral right early in the morning. But he pleaded if they can be allowed to take the body home, which was refused, and the ambulance was stopped by villagers multiple times. And later, these protesters were pushed away from the vehicle by the police officials present there, and the ambulance was taken to the funeral ground. And there was no relative near the pyre, and finally it was just police officials which had done the last rites, Sonal.
And Arun, you were there, and we're trying to bring out that package as well of how you spoke with the family of the girl and even the relatives, who later said that they had been, to ensure that they don't create more obstruction in the police's way of taking the girl straight to the cremation ground, they were kept indoors. What happened there?
Well, yes, this situation there seemed getting out of the hands. That is why cops decided to keep the relatives away. First, the entire mob situation was created and that was pushed away. Of course, there were some statements from the family members that they would cooperate in the morning, but police officials, they feared that there would be more mob-like situation in the morning, and they stood on their ground and they kept on convincing the family and the father to let the ambulance go to the funeral ground, the ambulance in which the body of the girl was kept. So finally they convinced them somehow, but all of this in the last moment were done in their absence. Most of the family members were locked in their house so that they don't create further ruckus, and eventually media was also stopped to go inside the funeral ground.